Yeah, running back Bijan Robinson, Texas. So the Atlanta Falcons follow their mold and take who they feel is the subjective, give Arthur Smith credit for using the word subjective, best player, best prospect available, and they select Texas running back Bijan Robinson. Nick, what is your gut reaction?
I mean, you are leaning in, you are zigging when the rest of the league is zagging, and you are building a bunch of physical, height, weight, speed, yak after the catch, after the carry monsters for that team. The Atlanta Falcons are going to continue just to beat the absolute crap out of teams that want to live with their 220-pound space linebackers, or their 280-pound defensive linemen, or their nickel cornerbacks who don't want to come tackle. And Bijan is somebody who is leaning into the identity here. We saw what Arthur Smith did with Derrick Henry for a number of years, and now you get a Bijan Robinson who is a very unique player. And this is a Falcons team. With you make this pick with Bijan, the expectations this year need to be playoffs. If you don't make the playoffs with making this kind of pick with a top 10 pick, I think it's a failure, and you have to question the guys who are making these decisions. So Bijan, incredible player. Some of the vision that he has, the start and stop ability at the size, the ability to make guys miss, to stay square, to stay balanced is unbelievable. He's also extremely good out of the backfield. I don't think he's Jahmyr Gibbs level of a route runner in space, but you can flex him out to the slot. You can play some positionless football with him. You can, line up with him and Cordell Patterson in the backfield. Who's going to flex out? Neither of them flex out. Both flex out. You're going to have a lot of fun with him, and also a very good, unique player as well. So he's Bijan Robinson, an incredible talent. This is a identity pick for the Falcons here, and somebody who you're going to be able to line up and play against single high safeties every single week, because teams are not going to dare play light boxes and two high safety shells.
The Atlanta Falcons poured a ton of resources this offseason into their defense. The one place that, you could say they've addressed the cornerback position with Jeffrey Okudah. The one place where they still have not really addressed is the edge position. Yeah, Bud Dupree, but Bud Dupree might not be a huge upgrade over Lorenzo Carter. The two top edges are gone. Will Anderson and Tyree Wilson. I would have gone in that direction. And like I said, I probably would have gone Jalen Carter here, but question marks there. He still hasn't been picked, and he's on the board at 9 now. Christian Gonzalez made a lot of sense for me here too. Bijan Robinson is a win now pick. You just said that. The shelf life on a running back is maybe 3 or 4 years. If you're lucky, they can go longer than that. They're going all in on Desmond Ridder at quarterback, which is okay. You've put enough resources onto the defensive side with Jesse Bates, with Jeffrey Okudah, David Onyemata, Caden Ellis, Bud Dupree. I mean, I'm at 5 or 6 here, and I'm not finished. I didn't get all of them yet. Mike Hughes. They needed more playmakers on offense. The wide receiver wasn't there this year. I think if this was a year where another Drake London was available, or a top wide receiver, they may have gone wide receiver at 8. Wide receiver wasn't necessarily there. The offensive line, other than left guard, is in pretty good shape. You feel good with Desmond Ridder. This is going to be an exciting pick, that's for sure. For us, wannabe general managers who look long-term, because we'll be here in 20 years. Bijan won't
Hopefully.
be. Arthur Smith won't be. Yeah. We think long-term sometimes. This might not be the best long-term pick for the Atlanta Falcons, but this could very easily be the best right now pick for the Atlanta Falcons.
And you know who is over the moon right now? Your dynasty fantasy football players out there. Bijan Robinson, put him in Sharpie, tattoo it in your arm, first overall, because going to a team with Arthur Smith where he is going to build the entire offense around Bijan Robinson as your guy is going to be an incredible selection and a player for them on the immediacy. Now, luckily for the Falcons too, Scott, we talked about it. Interior offensive line, guard and center, cornerback position, edge rusher. You know what's pretty good day 2 in this draft class? Not a great draft class, but what you have there, depth at cornerback, depth at edge rusher, depth at interior offensive line. Tight end as well. So you have a chance to continue to build this out here. You go with running back is deep. I don't know if it's deep day 2, though. It's like deep day 3. It's different. There's like a lot of good secondary options. And if you believe that Bijan can be special here, which he definitely can, then that's interesting. It's going to be interesting to follow the career arc going forward of Bijan versus a Jalen Carter versus a Christian Gonzalez. But there's no doubt the Falcons got better, and they're they doubled down on this identity that is a team that is, we are building it through the running game, and the running back and Arthur Smith has done a pretty damn good job with that the last few years.
Yeah, last year you saw it at some point in every single game. I said he hit the F it button. We're just going to run it down their damn throats, and they could.
Yeah,
they could last year. Now, Cordero Patterson can be an X factor. We talk about the wide receiver. You can play Cordero Patterson all over the place. Okay, if you've got Kyle Pitts, you got Drake London, you got Cordero Patterson. Okay, I can live with that. And now I've got Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier coming out of the backfield. That's pretty good. Jonnu Smith as a number 2 tight end. The offense and defense now on paper, they look like playoff contenders if Desmond Ridder can hold up his end of the bargain. That's the big question that the national media has right now.